All right, guys, we are back for our end of the year, end of the regular season pod that we got going right now. Garrick, do you think the Hawks realize that the Celtics aren't down 20 points right now?
I don't know what they realized, Josh. Uh, whatever.
I'm. I mean, if a game represented Atlanta sports, like, come on, this is.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
I can't think of a better example than this. Like this game right here, just like with the stakes on the line, is just the epitome of like the Joe Johnson year Hawks, where it's like up, they could do something. Oh, huge letdown.
Yeah. Is this worse than the Miami game from earlier this year?
The where all the starters were out.
Yeah.
Hmm. In the sense of a game, I would say no because wait, hold on.
You don't think
No,
so?
because I would say okay, if you take out the impact of this, or at least the other games evolve, I'd say no, just because they're losing on the road right
Mm-hmm.
now, opposed to the Miami game, which was at home. And yeah,
Counterpoint, Miami at least had an all-star on the floor with
it's
Dame.
true.
Well, they had two, if you want to count Stoudemire, but they had an all-star on the floor. And
Well, and
this
then
was this was
also, oh, go ahead.
this was mostly second unit with Nene in there.
Yeah, that's true. And they did at least have what you call it. Uh, the Heat did have Dragic, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this.
And Spolstra as opposed to
Yeah,
Whitman.
yeah. Okay, you know what? You're unconvincing me right now. True. Okay, I don't know. But then also, the impact of this, like basically two of the four things we needed to happen tonight. The Heat lost, and was like, okay, what was I going to say? Or maybe two out of three. Basically, the only thing that would have made this perfect scenario if the Magic won, Heat lost, and the Hawks won.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. But the second best scenario is if the Heat lose, Hawks win, Hornets win. This might be
Oh,
the.
you wanted
This
to
is
play the Heat?
no. Hold on. Hornets. No, I said okay. That's the second best, because I really had no faith in the Magic beating the Hornets at all.
Hmm.
I pretty much had as much faith in the Magic beating the Hornets beating the Magic as I hoped that the Hawks would beating the Wizards without three starters.
Yeah.
A 500 team without three starters. Um, oh my goodness. The only thing that would have made this game worse is if there was an injury. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing that would have made this game even worse is if the Magic won. That's the only thing that would have made it like
Yeah.
just unbearable. Like I'd have to break something. Opposed to right now where
Hawks basketball. How about that vote out, man?
Oh my goodness, Garrett, this is.
Maybe they'll keep Randy Whitman.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. This was all for the long con, so they could keep Randy Whitman. I can't believe they freaking lost to the Wizards. Like, wow, this is. Well, it's been a fun year for Hawks because I'm not confident in all that they will get a favorable call with the whistle when they play the Celtics. I'm not even going to look ahead like a lot of fans seem to do earlier tonight. Looking to the second round, I'm kind of like, nah, they're
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that you could have done with that with the Hornets, but still, it's just like, really, Hawks? Really? Although I want to say fans of basketball are getting the best matchup in the playoffs, if that makes sense.
What's that? The Hawks and the Celtics?
Hawks, Celtics, and Hornets, Heat. Because I don't know.
Didn't the Hornets win the series against the Heat this year? Or did they not?
Did they? I don't know. I think they may have. They may have.
It's 2-2. Close games. 2-2. But face our old nemesis. I don't know. We face the Celtics in the playoffs. So. Just like old times.
I cannot emotionally handle a playoff series against the Celtics. Let's just say that right now. This basically means I can't listen to the Bill Simmons podcast for like the next week. In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And God forbid if they lose to the Celtics, then I really can't listen to it for like maybe the next month. No. I mean, man, I can't believe this team. They lost to the Wizards. Well, okay, so here's the thing, though. Maybe this was motivation. Okay, maybe this is a long con to have Randy Whitman still coach next year.
Hopefully.
And then also, maybe it's a con to try to get the players motivated for the next round. I'm stretching it. Not that the Randy Whitman one was a stretch. The thing is, someone asked us a few days ago what were the best and worst outcomes for the playoffs this year. Mm-hmm. This was a bad outcome. I for one.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
If they would have won and the Heat would have lost, I don't think I could have taken the matchup with the Heat. So this is the lesser of two evils, I guess. Matching up with the Celtics.
That's true because I think the Hawks are favorited for this, but at the same time, if you think about the Heat, I honestly couldn't tell you for that one just because of matchup issues. Like, they have a lot of the things that we would have trouble with.
Yeah. The Celtics are basically us, but with lesser players. Well, we have the advantage in the front court. They have defense in the back court. We have defense in the front court. So
that's true. That's true because if we play the Heat, I know a lot of fans want to believe that their team's going to win all the time. Blah 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 blah. But as all good fans should. But I'm not confident in the Hawks beating the Heat if there were a playoff series between them. So that is true, Garrick. And you know what else? We get to pick in front of the Heat come draft.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think the Heat have their pick though. Do they?
Oh crap! No. Who's that go to? The Suns?
Sixers.
No. Sixers.
Yeah. That's what they tried to give us for Schroeder. The rumor.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So something else I want to ask you, Garrett, talk about. I see Dennis Schroeder. He's in playoff form these last couple of games.
Yeah.
So here's something I've kind of wondered. Do you think that the DS17 lounge has an effect on this? Because he hasn't exactly been great since it opened.
That's something to think about. Haven't really followed it, but yeah, maybe his mind is somewhere else right now. So
I mean, if you think about it, it was basically like ever since we found out about the gold car in the DS17 lounge, they haven't been that good. He hasn't been that good.
Yeah, but luckily Jeff Teague's been picking up the slack for him.
We've been getting the playoff Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, essentially both Hawks point guards are in playoff form right now.
Yeah,
that
that's
hurt.
a good way to look at it.
That hurt to say. Garrick, I'm fully expecting a Ken Mauer playoff coached against the Celtics. Like what? Not coach. Ken Mauer's going to officiate all of our games. Just watch. That's going to happen. The only hope we get is if we get Scott Foster or whoever, whatever ref it is that hates the Celtics.
According to Celtics fans, all refs hate them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Man. So let me see here. Let me switch accounts. I was trying to find a question on my that I favorited. If my phone decides it wants to work today, be very nice. Would be very nice, phone. Anywho, so Tim Hardaway Jr. He went 3 for 3 from 3. Was looking incredibly competent on offense. The kind of thing you want to see right before the playoffs. And apparently he sprains his hamstring.
Yeah.
I'm not a medical expert. Hamstring pulls, that's going to take you out for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, they're tricky.
He might miss the first round. Maybe.
He was, I think the game before this, didn't he have a good game against Cleveland too? Not a good game, but he shot pretty good. So we might miss that scoring off the bench if he's out for a good amount of time.
Hey, that means that we get to recall Lamar Patterson, right?
Yeah, have to rely on Mike Scott for his shot.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Tim Hardaway got hurt. This is like a terrible Like we have to depend on Mike Scott and we have to depend on Dennis to like not completely be terrible like he's been.
Yeah.
This is not good. Like, well, at least the police didn't break his shin. It could be worse. Man, this. You know, when I saw the injury, I was like, of course it was a hamstring. It couldn't have been an ankle or anything.
Dislocated finger on your non-shooting hand or something.
Yeah, really. Well, it's kind of ironic. So, remember when Jeff Teague first got into the playoffs, his third year in the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
It was because of a Kirk Heinrich hamstring injury. So, guess who might be Tim A's backup due to a hamstring injury on his third year in the NBA? No. The guy who got hurt, Tim Hardaway Jr. This is his third year in the NBA, right? Because he came out the year Schroeder came out.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is his third year in the NBA, and it's a hamstring injury. Isn't it very ironic? I don't know, it might be me. Very ironic that the guy who's on the roster that's a point guard / shooting guard that's not Lamar Patterson, that has actual NBA experience and playoff experience, might be taking his place. You know what I'm getting at. Do you see the irony in this?
Yeah.
This is so ironic. Kirk Heinrich.
Don't say that, Josh.
And the thing is, I'm mentioning this right now, but I'm tempting if I want to tweet it right now to see if anyone wants to mention it. The irony. So I'm typing out right now the irony. And if you guys are listening to this, you can come back to my tweets. Of a series of tweets. I'll do it later. But man, it is so freaking ironic that happened. And of course, he was looking good. So, looks like we're going to be playing Boston in the first round. I emotionally, I can't handle a Boston. You know, and the thing is, I was thinking Boston was, whatchamacallit? Oh my God, I just realized something else.
What's that?
We get to see RJ Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully we're blowing them out and he only comes out.
Watch they put RJ Hunter in the game, and God, and then the hordes of Celtics fans. I hate the Celtics. It's gonna be so many Celtics fans gonna. Then we got to deal with the RJ Hunter fan base. That okay.
I don't think he's really gonna play.
Well, as a Georgia State grad like yourself, Garrick, do you root for RJ Hunter or do you root for the Hawks? Oh, well, okay, I know the answer with you, but what do you think the answer for everyone else is? Those Georgia State students.
They're not going to see RJ Hunter much in this series with the playoffs. Bench is shortening.
I hope we see a lot of him for the good reasons.
Yeah.
That's it. Of course, he's gonna like look at my tweet and then be like, "This one was for Josh Lane." The tweet I made of him a year ago of how the Hawks shouldn't draft him. He's gonna be like, "This is for Josh Lane. Got this for you, buddy." Oh my goodness, guys, we're talking on air, man. We appreciate you guys listening to us. But me and Garrett can just BSing to the end of the Hawks regular season, to a loss to the Wizards. Man. Is this the biggest loss of the season, Garrett?
The biggest
Like
loss
you
of the
mentioned the
season?
Heat. Yeah, you think this is the biggest loss of the season?
This is the story of the Hawks season, losing to sub 500 teams, that 30-point first half deficit against the Timberwolves, and then we came back, still lost, then went up to Minnesota, lost there, lost in Sacramento, lost in Phoenix, lost to Orlando twice, lost to the Knicks twice. Just had trouble beating bad teams this year. So I don't know if I can pick one. I guess this would be one.
I think I would say this is really bad just because when they lost back then, it was just kind of like the team was bad. Like, they didn't know what they were doing. Whereas like now, you just have confidence in the team going to the playoffs and boom.
Yeah.
Oh well, on to Boston. Hopefully, you know what would have happened had we played Charlotte in the first round? We would
What?
have gotten insanity hit on us,
Mhm.
and we were going to get a Marvin Williams revenge games, plural.
Yeah. I'll say this: the one thing Charlotte does have an advantage over uh, the Celtics is they shoot threes really well, better
Who,
than the
Charlotte?
Celtics. Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
they
thing.
do. They do. Kimba, I don't know. Jeff kills Kimba regularly, though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm literally just talking myself into this right now. Well, we know the main reason everybody's upset is not just because of that, but because they're in Cleveland's division of the bracket. And that's why everyone's
Yeah.
upset, because they would have had a hard time before versing the Raptors, who I'm kind of bleh with. But basically, they wouldn't have been favorites either way. But this way, now they're cheering on Cleveland sides of the bracket. If you make it past the first round, it's not going to look good.
Mm.
Garrick, I'm. Garrick. I, I'm just.
Can't sugarcoat it. It was a bad loss.
Wait,
Got to
what?
move on. Say you can't sugarcoat it. It was a bad loss. You got to move on.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it was a bad loss. And I'm literally looking at somebody on Twitter saying, "You can't sugarcoat it. It was a bad loss." You're
Somebody said that on Twitter.
yeah. Someone literally just wrote that. So Kobe just apparently just went 0 for 2 with bad shots. Where is my TV so I can see this? We get to see Shelvin Mack featuring Kobe Bryant in a final. Man, Hawks legend Shelvin Mack gets to share the court with him. Why do I have the volume on, man? So, Garrett, I have as I'm like going through my questions trying to look for them, got something to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Space Jam came on the other night on TV. And I'm sitting here watching it with Alicia, watching the game with her. Not the game. I say game, but Space Jam. And this is probably the first time I've seen Space Jam in about 5 or 6 years without, the intent to joke around and realize it's the greatest movie ever, blah, 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 blah. And I've noticed a couple things in it upon my 9 millionth. How many times have you watched Space Jam, first of all?
Too many to count.
I've probably seen Space Jam as many times as I've watched Cool Runnings. And random fact about me, people, I've watched Cool Runnings maybe a total of that's sideways 8. Infinite times. And I realized that's how many times I've watched Space Jam because Alicia was maybe watching it, my fiance. She was watching it for maybe the 4th time. I was watching it for like the 9,000th time, 9 millionth time. And I was just like hitting every single cue. And the beginning of the movie, the Squad City DJ song?
Yeah.
I knew the lyrics to it still. I still know the lyrics to Squad City DJ. Come on and slam and walk us. It is so sad. And then I got the exact cue of when they went to the press conference right after that, of how he announced he was going to play baseball. And sadly, you're laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've seen the movie about 9 million times.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So, I'm loving. Oh, my goodness. Lakers haven't scored yet.
You can't be a basketball fan if you don't know the
greatest basketball. Okay, what year would you say the age group where people, kind of accept that Space Jam isn't good compared to when Space Jam is good? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody hates space. There's an age group like cutoff where people say Space Jam is the worst movie ever, sports movie ever. There is a cutoff. It's like maybe 86, 85. Because you ever watch Simmons talk CBS Sports, it's like basically 35, 34, 35 and up. They think it's horrible. Whereas us.
They were about 20 when it came out. So.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
They were about late teens when that came out.
So
it was our it was our childhood.
I've seen the movie like a gazillion times. I was basically almost word for word getting the lineups correct at the end. When they did like at 4'2", 2 feet if you include the ears. It was embarrassing. But oh my goodness, I was singing "Fly Like an Eagle" like perfectly in sync. You know the scene where he gets his shoes back for the first time. He's practicing in the gym.
Yeah.
I was singing that in sync, and then when Newman came in and started applauding, Michael, I had it all timed correctly, and I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie in a good amount of time, and it was just kind of like, wow. Also, something I kind of noticed because I got into an argument with this over someone who doesn't really watch basketball. Do you remember at the very end of the game, Jordan stretches his arms out? By the way, every single freaking point scored by the Monstars, you noticed it was a dunk.
Yeah.
Every single freaking point was a dunk. And then the three-pointer by Newman, when he got flattened and shot the three-pointer, it didn't count as a three-pointer. They counted as 2 points on the scoreboard, to which I was upset. I was like, hold on. This box score is incorrect. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it should have been an odd scoring game at the end of that. Also, the final stretch by MJ towards the end. Garrick, I want you to think with your basketball mind. How many points should that have been worth?
3 stretched from half court.
Yeah. They counted it as 2. I want to say that's the only thing in the movie that I kind of
Maybe
like.
face rule shots, I guess. I don't know.
There were only 3 aspects to that movie where I kind of like questioned.
I know 3's in Looney Tune land, I guess.
Okay, 4 points where I kind of questioned. 1, why did Bill Murray think he could actually play in the NBA? 2, the Newman 3-point shot. 3, the Jordan half-court dunk, which should have counted as 3 points. And 4, who would steal the powers of Sean Bradley? That's I don't know. Can you answer that for me? Why would you steal the powers of Sean Bradley?
Maybe they couldn't get the rights to Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, probably.
Jesus, Steph.
What did he do? Shot a 3-pointer off his back foot.
Shot it from way, way deep. But the playoff schedule should start to leak out after these
Kobe
games.
not shooting. Kobe hit a shot, and the crowd goes wild. You know what? I asked Ray something earlier on Twitter. When Dwayne Wade announces his retirement, do you think they're going to do a I hope in Phillips he gets booed loudly?
No, that's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen. But you're not. Are you going to cheer Dwayne Wade when he retires?
No.
No, I'm going to boo the hell out of him. I'm going to boo the crap out of him. Kind of like when what's his name? Vince Carter retires. What's going to happen? I'm going to be like, good. Good. No, but for real. When Dwayne Wade retires, I'm booing the crap out of him. He gets no love from me. Him and who else? Like what other player? Okay, Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce reunion tour. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Paul Pierce gets no love, none at all.
Paul Pierce. Okay.
And with the way he's going right now, DeMar DeRozan is going to be in that category soon.
That's true. Man, we got anything to talk about? Anything else while we're BSing on this Wednesday night?
So you want to
Playoffs come up.
go around the league?
Go around the league. What you want to talk about around the league? Warriors. I'm still annoyed by the fans at work. Everyone asks me, "Did you see the Warriors play last night?" No. Okay, I did, but no. I will not give you the satisfaction. My God, they still try to talk like that. Their team is hated. I guess all fan bases are like that, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
The Kings are about to fire George Karl. I said earlier today, George Karl, he's been pulling a George Costanza all year trying to get fired, and it's finally paid.
I feel like it. I feel that's what happens. That's what happened.
He's been surprised he didn't tie a trophy to the back of the. If the Kings had a trophy, did the Kings have a trophy?
Oh,
Tie it to the back of his car and ride around the parking lot. Oh, Kobe's making shots.
Kobe. I don't have the game on. Are they chanting Kobe?
I can't hear it. Jay-Z is there.
Of course he is. I feel like any celebrity worth anything is at this game.
Yeah. Yeah, they're chanting Kobe. I feel like Kobe should have grew the afro out for like a week or something.
Can he grow hair still?
I don't know. Just should grow it out for the first half and cut it in the second half. Should have been growing it for a while.
His foot was on the line. He just pulled the Marvin. Oh, he shoot. Oh, did he hit 2 threes? No,
He hit a
1
three
3.
and a
And,
two.
you know, I'm so glad the Kobe farewell tour completely overtook the whole. Who's the guy that everyone hates now? Every NBA player hates.
D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah. Anyway, rest of around the league. Did you hear how Vinny Del Negro's name got brought up as a possible future coach
Yeah,
for
and Mark Jackson.
for them? Who is okay? Mark Jackson is one thing. I don't think he's a great coach, obviously, because you kind of see how good the Warriors are without him. But Vinny Del Negro, who does his resume? 'Cause I need them to come do mine.
Yeah.
Him and
Mike
who's
Brown.
the other? Mike Brown. Mike
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
Him and Mike Brown. Those two. I need that guy to come do my resume. All right. So Utah's out of the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's been fun, Shelvin. We appreciate it. The second best team are out in the East because I'm watching a Jimmy Butler commercial right now. The second best team in the East are out of the playoffs, right?
The Bulls GM just came out and said they will explore all I can't remember the quote, but he said they'll consider
Man, I hope they go get
anybody.
Yeah, they mention Tibbs. I remember reading, which should be interesting since our wait, hold on, what press conference are they doing for Kobe? Oh, oh, I was like, it said 96, and I was thinking in my head, I was like, what year was the Colorado thing? Are they showing that press
Mhm.
conference? Think Kobe could have worn an Afro wig they could have put on him for this game. Wait, longest tenure with one team in four major sports. How many years has Tim Duncan been with the
97.
19? 19?
Yeah, 97.
Think he's going to retire?
Yeah.
Tim Duncan, when he retires, let's make bets. Do you think he's going to put like a note in his locker the last game of the year?
It's gonna text Popovich, and they're gonna keep it a secret until like the first week of training camp. Is Tim retired. I forgot to tell you guys.
Where's Tim at? Kobe just got a 3-point play off of Rodney Hood. Man, speaking of hindsight, since we're talking about Rodney Hood, I wish we would have got Rodney Hood, but I'm totally in agreement that that's kind of hindsight. But some of y'all need to get off that hindsight of wishing for Rodney Hood when it's like, we know you've been wanting other players. But hey, my little rant is over with. Who else? Since this is the end of the year, this is like our pre playoffs podcast that we're doing right now. You want to talk about? I guess after we do around the NBA real quick, you want to talk about I guess possible matchups for it.
Yeah,
Our thoughts real quick. All right.
yeah.
So who else? Let's see here. Nets still suck. Charlotte, they're going to the playoffs. Magic are trying to get Al Horford and Kevin Durant. Isn't that the rumor? That's their plan.
uh, Timberwolves are thinking about
Man,
keeping Sam Mitchell.
I hope they get Thibodeau, like, because we get their draft pick, right? If they make the
Yeah,
playoffs next year,
yeah.
next 2 years or whatever.
I think it turns into a second round pick one of these years.
If they don't, which
Yeah,
now that you think about it, to get an unprotected pick for Adrian Payne and how he's done, I don't think it was a total loss right now.
Kobe's just
Kobe here.
Kobe's
He's
just
chucking.
shooting. Yeah,
He is
got to get
getting
those shots up.
Kobe. I'm sad that the bus is going to get fired. One of the buses is getting fired after this. Do you think they would have the balls to foul Kobe out this game?
No,
Do you think what did Bill Simmons say about what's his name, the testicular fortitude? Do you think they would, or kind of like if the Hawks ever make it past if they make it past the first round, do you think they'd have the testicular fortitude to not have LeBron make it past the second round?
we hope Reggie Jackson goes Super Saiyan.
The what you call it? They're gonna pull, like, I guarantee you, like, if the Hawks win the first two games, watch Joey Crawford comes out of retirement along with Ed Malloy and what's his name? Bennett Salvatore. He's gonna
Yeah,
come out of retirement. All three of them are just gonna do that game. Horford's gonna get ejected for accidentally breathing on Dellavedova this game, and they're gonna be allowed to go straight for the ankles. Am I still over that? I still haven't gotten over that, have I? So, uh, So we want them to make the playoffs. Celtics, yay. What about the Rockets? What in the world happened to the Rockets?
James Harden is fat. Dwight Howard is unmotivated. I don't know. That's my hot takes, but they fired Kevin McHale for no reason.
Got rid of Ty Lawson.
But, that was they should have done that.
What the heck? Did they get rid of my? What the heck? Did they get rid of TweetDeck?
I think they did.
Why would you get rid of such a wonderfully perfect program? Garrick, what do you use besides TweetDeck?
That was what I used.
Because, okay, have you been getting that advertisement thing that says TweetDeck is no longer going to be able to be used?
Yeah, they got rid of it for Windows.
For the Windows Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
I hate the Windows Twitter. I don't even know where it is on my Windows. Why would you get rid of such a perfect program? Like, TweetDeck is vastly superior to anything. I'm hurt, Garrick. Hurt. Windows Twitter. This thing better perform the same way. There's going to be heck to pay. Heck, I tell you. Okay, the Windows Twitter kind of looks like TweetDeck, but not really. I like TweetDeck because you could time your time your tweets to go out.
Yeah.
How the heck do I create a tweet on here? Who does this? What is wrong with you? Man, F this. So for those people still listening to us, after me and Garrick basically have just been talking to each other, we have not been addressing you, the audience members. And I apologize for that since I'm complaining about Twitter. But Garrick, let's talk about the playoffs real quick. We're going to do I should probably mention how far into the podcast this is in the description. So let's just strictly talk about the playoff matchup for the Hawks versus Celtics. What do the Celtics have over the Hawks? Would you coaching?
No.
Maybe? No?
No.
You don't trust?
I don't
Do you
think
think?
I think they're even.
I think they're even too.
People think Brad Stevens is some kind of savior. They're about even.
I think it's because people look at the Celtics roster and they're like, "Oh my God, how are they good with that roster?" But then you think about it, and it's like their team really has no drop off from starters to bench, and it's like I don't know. I think some of it's also who they play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Brad Stevens is a good coach. I will say that. However, at the same, he also, as someone said, has good end of quarter plays, which I think Budenholzer gets killed for, even though unjustly, because there are times when you see a great play coming out the side or whatever, and it's just kind of out of timeout. He has some great out of timeout plays, but yet folks don't want to recognize that. I don't know, man. Give me your thoughts.
You want to go back to what do the Celtics have over the Hawks?
Yeah, what do you think Celtics have over the Hawks?
Their bench is probably better. I think they have a better bench scoring. Well, bench scoring is better. Marcus Smart could probably lock up Cal Corver.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley. But Marcus Smart and Avery Bradley lock up Cal Corver. Get away with a lot of hand checking for some reason. Avery Bradley gets away with anything on the perimeter. Like, watch Avery Bradley play defense. He has his hand all over his
Yeah, I
man.
agree. I'm kind of curious as to see what would happen if he went to like a non-popular team, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I always thought Avery Bradley was like incredibly overrated. Not incredibly overrated, but it's just everyone loves him. They're like, "Oh, Avery Bradley," and I'm like, whatever. Yeah, they have good guards, good perimeter. Isaiah Thomas is an issue to me, but you know what? I don't know. I think he might have a difficult time with Atlanta just because of how active and mobile the bigs are for Atlanta. He's not going to be able to, like, he's going to be able to, I guess, get by them at times, but it's not going to be like, you see him that got him to the All Star game type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, Atlanta might switch. They might switch a ton. At least that's what I would do with them. They're not. They're not a great perimeter shooting team, and our bigs Horford and Millsap can stay in front of us. They stay in front of them, and if they ever go small, it's just kind of like, oh yeah. Also, Celtics don't have that huge rebounding, I guess, advantage that I want to think that nearly every single NBA team does against Atlanta. They'll try to go like it's one of those teams where they try to go small against us, and it's like, really? Okay, if you want.
Yeah.
Like I always kind of wondered that and
I
granted,
think
it's very rare. No,
after
go
the
ahead.
yeah, I think after the break, the Hawks have been pretty good at rebounding. Yeah,
Yeah.
since they
Wow.
went on this little run that they have been going on.
Yeah.
Defense rebounding, offense rebounding still iffy.
Agreed. Uh, my goodness. You think that's what makes the Celtics so tough is because like they can get away with so much on perimeter defense?
Yeah, their reputation probably lets them have a longer leash.
True. True. Anyway, I'm going to look forward to seeing Millsap score 33 without a freaking single foul called for him. Was the most unbelievable thing to me is the fact he didn't get a single foul call. Oh my goodness. Okay, Garrick, we are taking a quick break right now to discuss something I'm watching on TV right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle commercial for the new one that's coming out. The one with okay, first of all, Tyler Perry's in it. That's the first thing.
What?
Tyler Perry's in the new one as Baxter Stockman, the guy. Did you watch the cartoon when you were younger?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how close you watched the cartoon. So for anyone that watched the cartoon, they're basically bringing back every single thing that I enjoyed. This is just pure nostalgia for me. It looks stupid as crap, and it's a kids movie, but it's just pure nostalgia. They're bringing in Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang. I saw this and I was like, oh my god, I I may not admit that I'm going to watch it, but Ray would totally support me on this. I'm just going to throw that out there. But okay, back to basketball. Man, I can't think of anything else right now. Hawks should have an advantage. It's going to be interesting to see what what's made of Tim Hardaway Jr. That's one less, I guess you would say, perimeter defender compared to their like 9 perimeter defender. Guys on perimeter they have. I say 9, but it's a lot less.
Yeah.
Like for instance, they got Evan Turner out there. That's somebody who I'd put Hardaway on, or just one guy you could put Hardaway on, or Marcus Smart or whatever. And it's just kind of like it's going to be interesting to see if he plays at all due to the hamstring strain. Like he might miss the first round. I don't know. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, but I've never seen an instance where you look at a hamstring and it's like, oh, it's not as bad as I think it is.
Oh, maybe he went out for caution. Like he wanted to come back, and Bud told him, "No, that's it." Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Might be it. Well, I think that's going to do it for our quick initial playoff matchup. We're going to try to get into more of this after the games. What if we do a recap like after every game? Maybe like 20 minutes or something. I don't know. Keep
That'll
it
work.
short. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
No. We don't have any questions this week.
That's good. That's a very good point. We do. Somebody asked me actually about the draft, which is something that I'm going to go ahead and tell you I can't answer right now. Schroeder's intellect at Trubane Virgo.
Oh, I thought they were asking about Schroeder's intellect.
It's going to be okay, guys. Pay attention to how Schroeder plays after he opened up this restaurant. That's all I'm going to say on that. But he basically asked us, what position should the Hawks draft? Are there any prospects the Hawks front office should look at? At Trubane Virgo, I honestly cannot answer that, but that is something I definitely want to come back to when we get closer to the draft, when I can get Christian or Patrick on here.
I'll say this: if you were drafting late, you go best player available. Drafting late in the middle of the 20s.
Shoot. Like, with how the roster might look next year, we might have, I don't see how that's a bad thing. Like, imagine the worst case scenario happens to the Hawks roster next year.
Horford.
Yeah, Horford's gone.
Yeah.
Millsap.
Bazemore.
Bazemore's gone. Yeah, you got to go best player available. Especially if those two leave, then I can imagine they're going to try to ship Jeff or Dennis. Who knows? But, yeah. Let's see if I got anything else, because that thing called TweetDeck isn't working. I'm going to have to find another way to get some of this stuff done. Let's see here. Shane Foster wanted to come on the show. Shane, I will DM you at some point to come on here. Let's see here. Looking at my phone. James still asks stupid questions. Kidding. Some other guys want to come on and talk about the draft, which I want to do. I still want to get the guy that went to DS17 on here. He went there and he said he'd want to come on. I still got to get you. It's just hard to schedule some of this stuff. First of all, it's just surprising that people actually listen to us. But yeah, we got that. Had a lot of guys. Oh, Garrick, we had a lot of people listen last week. And I've probably had about 5 mentions talking about why, or at least different Paul Millsap shoe brands. I don't think you were on the pod, but we were talking about if Paul Millsap were to have a shoe brand, what shoe brand would it be? And I said Asics.
Faded Glory, Walmart brand.
Faded glory. No, I said it's got to be something that's like really dependable and really freaking good, but yet nobody knows about it. And I said Asics.
Wait,
Asics is
kids?
kids. Come on, Garrett. Come on, Garrett.
Saucony's, Josh? I don't know.
Okay, I said Saucony also. No, I said ASIC because ASIC is nobody knows this. Those are like freaking durable sneakers.
Yeah.
They're amazing running shoes. I used them when I ran track in high school. Friend used them. They do not wear down because of how they're made. And I said this can be compared to Millsap. Nobody knows about it, but yet is like freaking just as good as Nike and Adidas. And then somebody, of course, tried to tell me how come you don't get the Bazemore trying to get not Dennis Millsap on Under Armour. Anyway, Garrick, I know I told you about this, but I recently saw was that movie I just saw last week, Hardcore Henry? Garrick, and any listener out there, I recommend it to every single one of you. Spectacular movie, Garrick. Spectacular.
The concept looks really good.
Garrick, the concept is really good. It's literally like a video game in the sense that you have these characters show up and you don't know what's going on and the craziness. It's like you're playing, I don't know, Far Cry or something. It's literally a video game. That's what it is. And then what's the guy's name that was in District 9? Charlton Copley. This was my favorite thing to watch him in, this movie. I thought it was great. And it was in Russia.
Really?
It's set in Russia. Yeah. It's like downtown Russia. That's something else. Because it's like you see every other city where it's like, Russia. This is different. I recommend it to anybody that likes crazy movies. I will say that. All right. We talked Hawks. We talked about the playoff matchups. We'll be back hopefully after the games, or I don't know. We'll plan it out, Garrick, how we're going to record it, mid-game, whatever. But we'll be back, guys. Thank you for listening. Garrick, tell some to the people to get us out of here.
I hate
fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Oh.
Well, you used to tell me you say F Paul Pierce every time you go to sleep.
I wanted to keep it clean, Josh.
Okay. Maybe when this doesn't go on Peachtree Hoops, we'll have a uncensored We Hate Paul Pierce pod.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.